Back with the records. So before I begin showing you what I got from the record show back in October, I'm going to show you what I got back in June. And this is a record that I've been wanting to get basically for 15 years. And I'm really happy to finally have this in my collection. And that's Love Forever Changes. It's an absolute classic from 1967. And, you know, it's got some great music on here. Includes the hit song Alone Again Or. You know, just really happy to finally have this in my collection after all these years. Now onto the records I've got from the record show. First up we have Thompson Twins with Into the Gap. Classic new wave synth pop right here. Includes the hit songs Doctor Doctor, You Take Me Up, and Hold Me Now. This is an upgrade, and I'm really happy to have another copy of this. It's in clean condition. And then we have Cheap Trick's 1977 self-titled debut album. Some really good power pop, you know, hard rock music right here. Solid debut. Bruce Hornsby in The Range, The Way It Is. Features the title track, Every Little Kiss, and Mandolin Rain. David Bowie, Let's Dance. Solid album by David Bowie. Features the hit songs Modern Love, China Girl, the title track. Also features the song Cat People, Putting Out Fire, which was from the movie of the same name. It's also featured on the soundtrack from the movie. So yeah, I'm really happy to have that album. Some more Bowie to add to the collection is always nice. Red Rider with As Far As I Am. Solid Canadian rock right here. Band fronted by Tom Cochrane, and features the hit song Lunatic Fringe. And then we have a couple by Jethro Tull. We have Jethro Tull's A from 1980. And the story behind this is that this was supposed to be John Anderson's solo record, but Chrysalis persuaded them to release this under Jethro Tull. Basically persuaded John Anderson and Jethro Tull to release this. And, you know, he was not too pleased with it. And in the end, you know, they released a pretty good album, you know, of material. Obviously not their best work. You know, it's not as progressive. But overall, it's still, you know, a solid record. And then we have Crest of a Knave from 1987. Obviously, the story behind this record is that this won Best Metal Record at the Grammys. And obviously, there was some controversy over that because Metallica lost to them. And they had just put out And Justice for All. So it was, you know, quite a shock to many that this won for Best Metal Record. And that Metallica, you know, basically lost to a band that, you know, didn't sound anything like a metal band. And, you know, this was very much considered, I wouldn't say, you know, it's obviously not metal. I would say it's more so hard rock. You know, clearly at this moment in their career, they were very much not too much of a progressive rock band. You know, they were always considered to be, you know, progressive rock, folk rock, you know, but they were also hard rock. But this was very, you know, very hard rock. it sounded very much like Dire Straits, because John Anderson's or Ian Anderson's vocals, his vocal range basically had changed because he had gotten surgery, and it basically altered his vocal range, and so he started to sound very like nasally in a sense, and you know, it almost kind of gave off like a Mark Knopfler vibe to it, in the way that he sang. So the way that this album sounds is almost kind of, you know, it almost plays itself off like it would be a Dire Straits record, you know. So yeah, but overall it's a very good album. You know, this is some really good stuff by Jethro Tull. So I'm really happy to have some more Jethro Tull to add to the collection. Next up is The Romantics with In Heat. And this features the song Talking in Your Sleep. That was the big hit off this album. Some really good power pop by them. And we got The Dregs with Unsung Heroes. They were primarily known as Dixie Dregs, but they had changed their name in 1981 as the Dregs. They dropped the Dixie part and just went by the Dregs for a couple albums, and then they went back to Dixie Dregs after the album. I can't remember the name of the album. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, this is a very good album. This is like, basically it's like jazz rock, you know, jazz fusion, southern rock, you know, it's really good rock music. It's mostly instrumental. There's no vocal in this, but there's just some tremendously, you know, talented musicians on this. Steve Morse, of course, was an extremely talented guitar player. I mean, when he was with Dixie Dregs, the Dregs, he really knew how to shred, and then of course he went on to join Kansas, and then went on to be the guitar player for Deep Purple for many years. And then all the other members are very talented that support him. You know, Andy West, Alan Sloan, Rod Morgenstein, and T. Lavitz. You know, this is just some really good stuff, surprisingly. And the song Cruise Control, the opening track, is just so good. You know, the bass on that is fantastic. It's just like, I don't know, it's just really, really good stuff. So that's a really nice addition to my collection. And then the next record I'm really happy to have stumbled upon. This was the first record actually that I got. Well, when I entered the record show, I was looking to try and get some Black Sabbath, and my mission was to get their first record. And I ended up asking some tables, or at least one table, to see if there was any Sabbath. And so somebody overheard, and basically they had offered me a copy of their self-titled debut album from 1970, and I knew I had to get it. I mean, I was on a budget, but I knew that even if it was $40, I had to grab it. This is a Canadian pressing. You know, this is not the, you know, special edition, or it's not special edition, but when I say special edition, it's not like a special type of pressing where, you know, it's got the vertigo swirl. You know, that's when I say special edition. You know, special edition clearly means something completely different. But to me, you know, when I mean special, I mean like copies with the vertigo swirl. But overall, this is just obviously really good, you know, heavy metal right here, and just an absolute, you know, classic heavy metal album with the title track. You know, that's really the beginning of doom metal right there, that title track. And then you got The Wizard, Wasp, Behind the Wall of Sleep, basically, and then NIB, which is just, oh, what a fantastic track. And then you got Wicked World, a bit of Finger, Sleeping Village, and Warning. Just awesome. You know, I'm really happy to finally have some Black Sabbath in my collection. And then finally, we have a record that basically was given to me for free. Everybody, when they were entering the building, they were given this free record. And I didn't know really what to make of it. I had to do some research, you know, about who this band was. And so this particular band is they're from Winnipeg, Manitoba. And they're called Popular Mechanics. This is Western World. And this was signed by, I believe this is the drummer, Glenn Gardner. So, like I said, I didn't know anything about who Popular Mechanics were. I had to do some research, and I found out that they were like, you know, they're a Canadian rock band, but they're very much considered post-punk, new wave, you know, punk rock. And, you know, they're described as being like XTC and, you know, Devo, but I would say more so XTC than Devo. You know, there's a bit of like Devo in there, but there's also even a little bit of Cure in there too. Like I get some Cure vibes too, early Cure. This was from 1982, and this was their second last album. And, you know, I had kept it, this was obviously sealed, and I had been curious, you know, I wanted to know what this sounded like. So I caved, and I opened it and put it on the turntable, and I was just blown away. This album is just by far one of the most surprising albums I've listened to, and I can't get enough of it. I mean, I've only heard it a couple times on the turntable, and I played it once on YouTube. They have the full album on YouTube, and you know, this is just an album that I could play a million times. It's just so many great tunes on here. Western World, Montana Gautama, Safety Pays, The Vulture Syndrome, Airheads, Deadpan Face. That track is fantastic. That is such a great track. You know, that's my favorite song of this album. Theme from the Mosquito Man, Dummy Gestures, Public Nuisance, Negative Man, Disappearing Floor, and then the closing track, Mystery of the Golden Orb. Just some incredible music. It's rare to find. You know, the only place you'd probably be able to find it would be through Discogs. So I highly recommend you check this band out. So if you're curious as to whether or not you want to listen to this band, check them out on Discogs if you can nab a copy. Or if you're lucky enough, you know, if you happen to be in a record store and you just happen to come across this, you get it. You have to check it out. It's fantastic. So that pretty much does it for my vinyl finds. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I'll be back again probably, you know, maybe in the next couple weeks with some stuff that I get for Christmas, you know, because I'm intending on going shopping after Christmas, you know, get some stuff, some music possibly, and yeah, I'll probably show you that, and then I'll be back I probably won't be back for another, you know, good few months, probably till, you know, maybe June, or even probably like mid to late May, because I'm planning on going to Minneapolis next year for my birthday. So I'm hoping that I get a chance to go, and I'm hoping to get a lot of great records, and yeah, I'm really excited for that. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.